So the patch notes have just been revealed for the 1.24 update. So I'm going to kind of go through them. I'm going to leave a link down in the description if you just want to skip ahead or kind of read through on your own. I'm going to focus on the big parts. They did leave a ton of stuff out of here, it's looking like, because there are several changes made to the actual Warzone map that aren't actually included in the notes. So we'll kind of have to find those things out for ourselves. But I'm going to go ahead and go through the notes. If you do enjoy the video, learn something new, please do me a favor hitting that like button. If you're brand new, looking to find your way back for more Call of Duty content, just make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Let's go ahead and get into it. So Season 5 arrives with the 1.24 update. It's going to be today at August 4th at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or August 5th at 2 a.m. Eastern. So pretty straightforward there. The patch note size vary depending on the platform. 36 for PS4, around 50 for Xbox One, 55 for the PC owners if you own the Modern Warfare, and then 47 if you have the free-to-play version. It's going to go live across all the platforms, new battle pass, all that type of stuff. So there's going to be a lot of new content that you'll be able to start grinding through, and it should include 2 brand new weapons, an SMG, and then the AN-94, which is a rifle that's been in Call of Duty for quite a while and multiple times. So we'll kind of go through the patch notes here. First thing we're going to start off with is the playlist update. Ground War is going to be adding Verdansk International Airport. So a brand new ground war map. Unfortunately, those don't always seem to play well because they weren't originally designed for ground war. Seems kind of like a cop-out for me, but it is what it is. Blueprint gunfight, search and destroy, double down, 12v12. And that's going to be interesting to see what maps are in that rotation because most of the maps aren't really designed for 12v12. So they'll probably keep Arkalov Peak. They'll probably get Anaya Palace in there, and they'll try and get some of the bigger maps included in that rotation to actually have 12v12. But it's going to be interesting to see how many kills people are getting, and if that mode actually plays well, because you're going to have to spectate for quite a while, see if they keep the same timers. There's a lot that goes into that one. Face off livestock, oil rig, harbor 24/7. So 2 new moves there. And then when it comes to Warzone, we're going to have the standard modes. We got duos, trios, quads, and then solos. They've changed the name from solo stimulus to buyback. So I guess you buy yourself back. And then we got the blood money quads where every time you get a kill, you're going to get extra money for getting those kills. So it kind of rewards kill hunting in a way. Mini Royale Trios, fast-paced battle royale is condensed area in condensed areas of Verdansk. So with this one, it's looking like instead of having 50 teams of 3 for 150 players, you'll probably have like 25 teams of 3, and it'll just be a section of the map. And the first 5 minutes, the looting phase will still be about the same, and the last 5 minutes, the end phase will still kind of have a similar pace, but the middle is going to be condensed incredibly, so the games can feel a little bit faster. And you kind of move through the map because obviously it's not condensing such a large area down to a smaller zone. There's a bunch of general fixes, added weapon inspects, which a lot of people have been asking for. Pretty sure I plan on doing a video on that one. So if you're interested, seeing what all the weapon specs are, so you don't have to go through the menus and do them yourself and see if there's anything interesting, I'm going to do a video on that one. So definitely make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that video, or at least for that video. They fixed a bunch of images issues. I guess when you buy a bundle, it would keep the previous image. Fixes prevent screen tearing, which is an issue with higher FPS. Not really a console issue. Again, PC. Fixed an issue where the price of gas and gas occasionally had weird things. I would get comments on the videos like, "What's wrong with Price's eyes?" They would just do a timestamp. Fixed bugs in a headshot only, and that's a custom game. Fixed an issue where the default scope on the right tech couldn't be customized, so now it can be. Fix for a bug where care packages, juggernauts, emergency airdrops were not getting properly refunded to the player if they were getting the too many vehicles refunding kill streak message in a custom game. It's kind of a weird bug. Random. Stopping power rounds are now preserved in drop weapons. So a lot of times, if you were getting your ghost loadout and you had stopping power rounds, you drop the weapon, as soon as you pick it up, it would void those. Now you're going to be able to retain those particular ones. So that's a huge plus, in my opinion. Added a brief decay period when transitioning from heavy footsteps, a tactical sprint, to lighter footsteps, which are walking. So now instead of the audio just cutting and then they're silent when they're crouch walking ADS, there's going to be a little bit of progression, so the volume steadily decreases, which hopefully that should help with the audio. I didn't really think they'd try to tackle it, but that sounds like a viable way they could have fixed it. And then it looks like fixed a bug where players' choice of weapon fire and scope states were not being saved and restored after interacting with the sentry gun. So if you were using a dual scope or a sniper scope where it had the dual zoom, you would zoom in, and then when you go check out that thing, it would automatically act like you were picking up the weapon for the first time and it wouldn't be zoomed in. Or if you had the FAMAS and semi-auto instead of the 3-round burst, it would automatically go back to the 3-round burst. So that's a good fix, just so it doesn't throw people off. But I don't think people play with that too often. We have also weapon tuning and other weapon adjustments in a future patch. So that's a huge letdown. So we'll have to wait for 1.25 for that particular patch, and we'll kind of see how that part plays out. All right, so for Modern Warfare, the multiplayer, it looks like there was a fix to invisible collision appearing in Barraquette Promenade. Fix for a bug where the 23-inch barrel on the RPK was broken. It was literally invisible. Some people were doing videos on it because the hand animations were like all weird. It's almost like your wrist was broken. Fix for an exploit where players were able to give themselves unlimited ammo. Fix for an exploit using a recon drone and a care package. Fixed, I guess you could stop the care package. I'm not sure exactly what the bug was there, or an exploit. The PKM, I guess this particular blueprint of it wasn't picking up PKM ammo if you ran over it. Now that's fixed. Fix some voiceover lines for the precision airstrike when you're calling it right after you call it in. Added a voiceover line for the player's high alert warning is triggered, or it's the player who has high alert getting the prompt. It's not very clear here. When a player's high alert warning is triggered, they added a voiceover line. It doesn't say what perspective it's from. Odds are it's whoever has it equipped that would get the voiceover line saying somebody's looking at you, or something vague along those lines for each of the individual operators. Fixing an issue where players could receive wallbang kills when shooting through players. So that's just more to things to be accurate, even though technically it is kind of a wallbang. When you shoot someone with FMJ, you retain that damage profile instead of it being reduced by another player in front of them. Warzone, new Warzone loot item. So it's very vague on that. Maybe they're going to throw out the counter UAV again, which was a bug. Maybe they just released it early to test it out, see how it works. But maybe there's other items along that, in addition to different blueprints and stuff in the battle pass and the new weapons. So we're going to see a little bit of mix of the loot items. Gulag weapons will now rotate every week. That's pretty good. I'm kind of tired of this one. I end up going in, get fist over and over, and it's like, damn, I got to get lucky with the stun or whatever. So that's unfortunate, but good thing they're going to rotate it out. So we'll get pistols one week, then we'll get shotguns and snipers, and then we're going to get the automatic weapons. So adding variety, that will kind of mix up and kind of keep it fresh. Increased effective range for all semi-auto DMRs, semi-automatic snipers. So that's like the SKS, the EBR. They're just increasing the damage range on those. Increased effective damage range of the FR556, which is the FAMAS. A lot of people don't end up using that one because it's very impractical unless you're at close range. So I'm not sure if that's going to actually change anyone's ability to use that weapon or urge to use that weapon. Fix for a bug where the player's physics could be controlled by the helicopter. Yeah, if you're swinging left and right, it would swing your player. And then it's fixed for an issue where players were unable to call in airstreaks. Yeah, they fixed it, and then it ended up breaking again. I don't know exactly what's going on. Hopefully that resolves it so you can actually call in multiple and play the game with the airstreaks when you need them. Because sometimes you'll down somebody, you want to call it in, it's like unable, nothing's in the air, unable. The person gets revived and they started running away when you could have kind of finished off your kill. Seeing invalid pings on heartbeat sensor, that should have definitely been resolved. But like, somebody's there. Oh, where'd they go? They disappeared. It was a false ping. Kind of odd. Added new voiceover lines to warn players of enemy recon drones being called in near them. BR only. A lot of times it would say enemy drone in the air or a UAV or whatever the heck the voice line was. So maybe they made it a little bit more specific to the recon drone. Previously, the most wanted contract would respawn dead players immediately. Now, the respawn players are going to be sent to the gulag in any state. So I guess once the gulags close, then basically it would probably bring them back automatically. But if the gulag is still open, then it's going to put them in another gulag, even if they won their previous gulag, died again, and being sent back to the gulag. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how they play with that. Fix for the Alive in the Gas challenge timer. So that's just a challenge that they're fixed. Going back to most wanted though, I hope they reduce the number of those because there's way too many. I'd prefer to have more scabs, more bounties, just so there's more money around, because those ones take 3 minutes. People just camp up at the top of an elevator or whatever, and that's a smart way to do it, right? You get money, bring back your teammates, and we'll see if that changes up a little bit. If people are still grabbing those, considering that they're not as good as they just were in Season 4. Call of Duty League. Fix an exploit while inside the blue kiosk on Piccadilly. I think that's a console-specific one, or obviously a controller. You get aim assist through it when it's a solid object. So I think that's what they were talking about when they're saying blue kiosk on Piccadilly. Then there's new restrictions, no suppressors, no thermal sights, and the Merc foregrip. So this just aligns more with the CDL playlist that the pros actually use. So I guess when they practice in their off time, when they're not with all their teammates doing scrims, they'll be able to get in good reps of people using those same class setups that they're supposed to use. Co-op modes, attack ops, classical special operations, and survival. Team ping is now enabled in these modes. That's just a plus. New challenges, playing in Bogart, defeat enemies in style while supporting your teammates in these co-op focused challenges. Added a new map, Crash, for survival, and that's PlayStation exclusive, and at least for the year. And then fix for an exploit involving the equipment store. So it's good that got fixed. Improved stability on PC. VRAM usage is now displayed separately for Warzone and multiplayer. So you can see how your frames are going to be affected by how much VRAM you're using. And then added a keybind for air vehicles horn in the kill streak and vehicles tab in the options menu. So they could rebind that instead of locking it to whatever it was. So pretty straightforward patch notes. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't see any weapon balancing. I'm going to be very interested in see how Warzone's dynamic changes a little bit. If they're going to add a 5v5 mode later on, because that was kind of teased. Some of the skins are coming out. The new weapons, are they good? Are they not good? It's an SMG and a rifle, which are usually fall into the meta as long as they have enough ammo and they deal enough damage that they're balanced. Disappointed again, the Bruin didn't get a nerf, nor did the FAL. The FAL is completely broken. There's no reason not to use it, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back for more Call of Duty content, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.